Space. It's big and sometimes hairy. Like, in this presentation, I am going to be talking about the amazing discoveries that we have made in space and how far we have come. 1610, the first telescope created by Galileo. Sound familiar? Galileo was the first to ever look through a telescope, and the first thing seen was the moon. Skip ahead to 1926, the first liquid-fueled rocket. The first liquid-fueled rocket was launched in a cabbage patch on Aunt Effie's farm, Auburn, Massachusetts, on March 16th. 18 years later, 1944, was the first V-2 rocket to be launched. It was launched September 8th, 1944, and yes, I did my math right. The two rockets were launched at the same time and directed to London. Now, we all know dogs, right? They're adorable. Who in their right mind would want to launch them into space? Well, the Russians. The very first dog/living creature launched into space was named Laika, a stray dog from Moscow. November 1951, Laika was launched along with another ship. The other ship successfully did its mission, but Laika was lost in space, never seen again. The very first artificial satellite with signals from space was the Sputnik 1, and it successfully delivered its probe signals, but on the Sputnik 2 was Laika, who was never seen again. The very first human sent to space was a young man named Yuri Alexeyevich, who was only 27 years old. Yuri luckily ventured into space, unharmed. The same year, the world would experience another miracle. Not Yuri Alexeyevich, but Alan Shepard piloted the first spaceship, and it also went very well. 1961 just must have been the golden age. 1969, July 20th. I don't even think I have to tell you what happened then. The Great Space Race and the moon landing. Oh, but Eli, the moon landing was fake. Yeah, no, you can cry about it. Neil Armstrong was the man on the moon, along with the Apollo 11 team. Oh, and speaking of that was the day my uncle was born. That's not him. That's just a picture of Ryan Reynolds. Just 2 years late after we created the first space station, the Salyut 1 ventured to space on April 19th from Russia. But 13 years later, after all these remarkable space journeys, Bruce McCandless went out to space, wasn't attached to anything, no ship, no shuttle, nothing. It was a lone spacewalk. But just 2 years later, 1986, January 28th, something awful happened. The Challenger explosion. What happened was America was launching a normal rocket, but 72 seconds in, it exploded. All 7 crew members died, and we should remember them in our hearts.
The 25th Space Shuttle mission is now on the way after more delays than NASA cares to count. This morning, it looked as though they were not going to be able to get off.
1 minute, 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7 nautical miles.
But 11 years later, something amazing happened. The Cassini-Huygens mission was launched and orbited Saturn. And not just that. After that mission happened, the Kepler mission was successful on March 7th. The Kepler mission was using a telescope to find Earth-sized stars. And in 2017, which is 20 years later, the Cassini project was complete, July 2008, and was used to find depth in Saturn and other stuff. And the final thing randomly launched in space was the first car, which was a Tesla Roadster, which was actually personally Elon Musk's. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope America launches a bunch of other random stuff in space. Thank you. Oh, and we probably don't have to worry about the Earth exploding anytime soon, right?